Yo, how's it going, Bears fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Bear Down Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. I'm joined today by my co-host, Parth. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. How are you?
And tonight, when we are recording this, week 1 of the NFL is wrapping up with a Detroit Lions loss. I guess you could say you guys will be seeing this on Tuesday, probably Tuesday midday, but I feel a lot better now. Just taking a day off kind of from that Bears game and kind of comprehending what happened. I feel a lot better. But we are here today for our NFL Week 2 predictions. We're going to start doing this weekly, as we said. Jaylen's going to miss out on this episode, but he's going to send us his predictions so he can still stay in with the overall record. But Parth and I are here today just to make our Week 2 picks. We're going to breeze through this. We aren't going to be talking about the Bears-Seahawks game. You'll hear from us about that on Saturday. So, Thursday Night Football, I'm going to hand this one over to you, Parth. We've got the Ravens at the Bengals, an AFC North matchup.
Bengals upset.
Yeah, I think both the teams played pretty well last week. Even though the Bengals and the Ravens, I think they both played pretty bad teams. The Bills did not show up at all. Joe Flacco was pretty good. Joe Flacco was elite, some could say. But I'm going to take the Bengals at home. It'll probably be a close one, but I'm going to take the Bengals at home. On the Sunday games, we've got Panthers at Falcons. This is an interesting one. Who you got in that one?
Carolina.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like the Falcons definitely took a lot of heat. Sorry, I sound kind of sick because I am sick. I've been taking cough drops all afternoon. But, I think Matt Ryan will answer the call this week and be better in the red zone. I think overall, when you look at it, even though the Falcons did lose Keanu Neal, I think it was, to a torn ACL, I still think their defense might be a bit more impressive than Carolina's. So I'm going to take the Falcons right there in a close one. That's going to be another close game along with the Ravens and Bengals. Next one, we've got Chargers at Bills. Who knows who's going to be starting for the quarterback position at the Bills? Nathan Peterman last week, 3 interceptions, 24 passing yards in 3 quarters. Josh Allen came in, and he was okay. I mean, he didn't really have much time or anything to work with. I think it's unanimous when I'm saying this. I'm going to pick the Chargers. Phillip Rivers is always consistent. The Chargers did lose last week to the Chiefs, but they're always pretty consistent. They're always scrapping it out. So I think you're taking the Chargers in that one too, if I'm not wrong.
For sure.
All right. Back up to our NFC North. This is an interesting one. We've got Vikings at Packers.
All right. I can't wait to watch this game, honestly. I feel like it's going to be a really good game. I'm going to take the Vikings by a game-winning field goal,
Okay. Yeah, the Vikings have done pretty well against the Packers just the last couple of years, and they've won at Lambeau. They're the only team in the NFC North who's been able to win at Lambeau, other than us. Just kidding, we lost that game last night. I forgot about that. I'm going to go with the Vikings. Their defense is very strong. They perform pretty well against Garoppolo. Rodgers is a different beast, but unlike the Bears, I think the defense will hold up, and the play calling will hopefully be there on offense for the Vikings. And let's hope they don't collapse. I'm going to choose the Vikings in that one. Next one, we've got the Browns, who started off the season with a tie. I picked them as my winner last week, and they forced 6 turnovers from the Steelers, which is pretty incredible. I think the Browns definitely shocked some people. They had multiple chances to win the game. It's too bad they didn't come out with it. That was my upset pick of the week. But they're going to be going up against a very good team who got shocked last week. In the New Orleans Saints, they got shocked by the Fitzmagic, Ryan Fitzpatrick himself, 5 touchdowns. He was definitely the quarterback performance of the week. He played much better than Aaron Rodgers, and I'm being completely honest.
Rodgers is being... All right, on a side note, Rodgers is being so hyped by the media right now. It's so
and then Fitzpatrick, yeah. Ugh.
I mean, if
Fitzpatrick was pretty cool.
That simple catch, none of this would have happened.
And it would have been.
It's fine.
It's funny. It's funny with ESPN and stuff when they're like, oh, this is like the picture of the night, and like, oh, the headline of the night. The headline of the night, if Kyle Fuller didn't have bricks for hands, would have been Khalil Mack like going off in that game. But anyways, Browns Saints. Back to the game that we've got to pick. I'm gonna pick the Saints in that one. They're at the Superdome. I think the Browns are going to keep being able to contend with these teams, but I think they might need a bit more just to beat them, so I'm going to pick the Saints there.
I I got the Saints too. I just feel like if the Browns have a chance to beat any of these teams, they need to put in Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, and I think if the Browns are explosive on offense, that they'll have a chance to win these games. They should have won against the Steelers. If you look at Zane Gonzalez, he had a blocked field goal at the last couple seconds in overtime. Tyrod Taylor threw a dumb interception trying to get into field goal range. In the fourth quarter, I don't know if you saw the end of that game, Parth, but he tried to kind of throw a jump ball to Josh Gordon. They were just a bit outside field goal range.
Yeah,
they probably needed like 5-10
I
yards.
was watching that
They
game
probably
on
needed
Red
5.
Zone.
I think they needed like 5-10 yards and then a big boot. But I think there was a better way to approach that. So I'm not essentially against Tyrod. I think he played really well up until that point. So I just think I think the Browns are right there, man. I'm actually very impressed by them. Next, we've got the Dolphins and the Jets. Sam Darnold had a terrible pass tonight on the first play of the game that was returned for the pick six by the Detroit Lions. But other than that, I think Darnold was actually outstanding. So I'm going to pick the Jets here at home.
Jets are at home. I'm going to take the Jets.
Yeah, Darnold was pretty good, except for that one throw. I was super confused by that. He threw it across his body and across the field.
He threw it like 50 yards that way.
Yeah. Next, we've got Chiefs at Steelers. Man, this is a tough one. Oh dang! I hate to say Mahomes looked good, but Mahomes looked really good. Tyreek Hill is explosive, and he cannot be stopped right now. I think if Sammy Watkins stays healthy, he can play a factor in this game. Kareem Hunt didn't do too much in the last game, but the Chiefs' defense is always good, and the Steelers are looking kind of iffy right now, especially with that Le'Veon Bell holdout. James Conner, don't get me wrong, he was awesome. Big Ben did not look good. He had 3 turnovers, but Antonio Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster were both still pretty effective in the games. I'm still going to take the Chiefs in that one.
Same.
Next we've got Eagles at Buccaneers. Fitzpatrick was incredible last week. Deshaun Jackson was incredible last week. I just think it's too much to overcome. I think Foles, if he plays well enough, that defense is good. That offense has enough weapons. I'm going to take the Eagles. But that's kind of like a flip a coin one for me because I could easily see the Buccaneers taking that one as well if they play well.
I'm taking the Buccaneers.
Okay. That's ballsy, dude.
Yeah.
It's just I can't really put that much trust into Ryan Fitzpatrick, and that was an incredible week he had, but I can't put that much trust into him. Next, we've got Texans at Titans. Titans suffering a huge loss in Delaney Walker going out for the year with some ligament issues and I think a broken ankle. It's just stepping away from this game for a second. It's good. Just kind of like, I'm reading off like all these games right now, and I can immediately call back on things from the games. It's cool doing this whole NFL predictions thing just because you kind of keep a tab on the entire league and not just the Bears. But I'm not gonna lie, Deshaun Watson, he was pretty good last week. He wasn't incredible. I don't think the Titans have what it takes. I think the Texans are winning the AFC South this year, so I'm gonna take the Texans in this one.
I'm going to take the Titans. I think Deshaun Watson looked pretty sluggish out there last week. I mean, I had DeAndre Hopkins on fantasy, and I was watching how many targets he was getting in the first quarter. Deshaun Watson, I think, was 2 for 12.
I think Bruce Ellington was their number one receiver, and he's a halfback.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Watson wasn't looking that good against struggling New England defense, in my opinion. And I don't know if Marcus Mariota's playing or not, but I think the Titans still can pull this out.
Yeah. Taylor Lewan got hurt as well. It wasn't the greatest week for the Titans, but I think it's between these two teams. Man, I remember saying like 2 years ago that the AFC South was such a bad division, and now who knows what's going to happen with the Colts with Andrew Luck coming back. And then you obviously got the Jaguars with the best defense in the league. If they can figure out their stuff on offense, they're going to be a pretty damn good team as they beat the Giants last week. And then the Texans and the Titans both have young quarterbacks. They're both electrifying teams. So that division is just going to be a good one to keep an eye on for the rest of the year. We've got Colts at Redskins. Alex Smith was really dominant in the offense for the Redskins. He was a really good game manager, and I really like how he played. They're at home. I'm going to take the Redskins in that one.
Same here. I love
Chris Thompson was great too.
Heavily underrated.
Yeah, Chris Thompson was really good, and that was good. Next we've got the Cardinals. Sorry, you want to say something about that one?
No, it's all good.
We've got the Cardinals, who are terrible. David Johnson was pretty good, but otherwise Sam Bradford, they really couldn't get anything going with Christian Kirk, Larry Fitzgerald. David Johnson did have a pretty productive day. At the Rams, who are playing right now, who aren't honestly looking the best, but I'm sure they'll be able to turn this one around and hopefully get this win against Oakland. That game's going on right now. It's late at night when we're recording this, but it's the Monday Night Football doubleheader for Week 1. I'm going to take the Rams in that one.
Same here. Rams are way too dominant.
Next one, we got the Lions at the 49ers. I'm going to try to be as unbiased of a Bears fan right now as I can be. Two quarterbacks that very much struggled in Week 1 are Ben Roethlisberger and Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford threw 4 interceptions tonight. I was looking on Twitter just literally probably like 5 minutes ago before we recorded this, and Jets players were saying that his hand signals and his calls at the line were getting super predictable, and that's why they were getting so many forced turnovers and stopping them so easily. Oh, man. 49ers weren't looking the greatest either, but the 49ers are at home. Jimmy Garoppolo, he didn't play the greatest last week, but he played good enough, and I think the 49ers have enough to get it done.
I agree.
It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny to see Richard Sherman just getting burned. Yeah. Oh, man. Next, we've got the Raiders at the Broncos. Broncos, I think they're figuring it out on offense with Case Keenum. It's nice to see guys that really, I wouldn't say haven't shined or shown. I don't know what word I'm looking for. Haven't been as productive since the Peyton Manning era. Be productive now in Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas. I kind of miss seeing them being elite, and they both had some pretty good games last week with Keenum under center. The Raiders are they're looking okay right now. That defense obviously losing a big factor in Khalil Mack, a big piece out of there. The Broncos have a good defense. They were playing incredibly well defense against the Seahawks, and the Seahawks still scored a lot of points, but Von Miller went off, and it was a fun game to watch. I'm going to take the Broncos in that one at home.
I agree. I think the Raiders are just going to slowly fall apart.
Yeah.
Just game by game.
Okay, next we've got a very interesting one. We've got the Patriots at the Jaguars in Jacksonville. Arguably the number one offense in the league with wide receivers that nobody knows about, and the number one defense in the league for sure. Oh man, dude, that is tough.
By the way, the Jags are favored.
Yeah,
I got New England. I can't go against Tom Brady.
I'm gonna go against Tom Brady just for the interest of this video. I think when you look at it, obviously the weaknesses in this matchup are going to be the Jaguars offense and the New England defense. As you said, you thought Deshaun Watson and the Texans were looking sloppy. I actually can agree with that. And they still put up 20 points on New England. Blake Bortles doesn't have that many receivers this year. Marquise Lee's obviously out. You got Dante Moncrief, and you got some other pieces such as D.D. Westbrook. And you got a healthy Leonard Fournette. I believe he left the game on Sunday, but I think he'll be okay. I think if the Jaguars can find out how to get it rolling on offense, I think they're going to take this one. And they're gonna hopefully be able to hold Tom Brady off the scoreboard as much as possible with that number one defense. I don't know if you have anything to say about that game. That's a pretty interesting game, dude. I think that might be.
I feel like Tom Brady needs more weapons to win the Super Bowl this year. Like, I'm talking far ahead into the season. I feel like, even if he wins this game, it's difficult to even, go out in Jacksonville, go against Jaylen Ramsey, AJ, Boye, all those linebackers, that D-line. It'll be tough, but I feel like if anyone can do it, it's him.
Yeah.
Not even Aaron Rodgers can do
it. Totally. Next game we've got is Sunday Night Football. We've got the Giants at the Cowboys. Saquon Barkley, he impressed in his first start. I will give him that. Odell, for me, just knowing I was following him because he's on my fantasy team. He did pretty good. He had over 100 receiving yards, I think, against the Jaguars, and he's looking pretty healthy. The Cowboys didn't look too great. Their defense wasn't good. Their offense didn't step up when they needed to. So I'm going to take the Giants away on that one.
Oh, they're away?
Yeah.
I still take the Giants.
That might be a tight one.
I don't want to watch this game. It feels like it's going to be terrible.
Yeah. And now I'm going to go back. I'm going to look for upsets of the week right now, just with the rest of these games. See if there's anyone. Yeah, the only game I could really see being like an upset of the week game is probably Buccaneers-Eagles. It's kind of scaring me knowing that the Buccaneers are going to play the Bears in a couple weeks.
I feel like, Jameis Winston's going to be back, though.
No, I think that's week 4. Is he suspended 4 or is he suspended 3?
3.
But who knows what's going to happen if Fitzpatrick keeps playing good? You never know.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I doubt.
We're getting too far ahead. But the point is, I was pleasantly surprised by the Buccaneers. I thought they were going to come out and be one of the worst teams in the league. I started the Saints defense in fantasy and got -9 points, so that's fun. The only other game I could see being an upset game, I don't know what the line is for the Texans and the Titans game. But whatever team has the line in that, I could see losing because that's really honestly, I think, a flip the coin game. And yeah.
Texans have the line.
Okay, so I could see the Titans winning that easy.
Actually, no, it's 50-50.
Really? On the dot?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, so I called it. Oh,
yeah.
man. Well, yeah, you guys will be seeing this on Tuesday. If you guys didn't see it already, Parth, who's now like our graphics guy, he's making all the thumbnails and stuff for all the videos. He just posted our upload schedule on our Instagram account. So you guys will see this on Tuesday. On Thursday, you'll see a meet an opponent where we're basically scouting out the Seattle Seahawks. This week's a bit different because the Bears are going to play on Monday. We'll have on Friday our 3 key matchups, and then we'll probably have our pregame actually come out on Sunday because the game's on Monday. And then on Monday night, man, we're having some late nights. I'm not even going to lie, Parth. And Jaylen, we're having some late nights. We're grinding out for you guys, though. We like doing this, so we're having fun with it. But Monday nights, late at night, you'll see our post-game analysis just like you did last night for the Packers game.
Hope it's a better outcome this week.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be happy.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I think that's pretty much going to do it for this one. You want to wrap it up with anything?
It's going to be a hell of a season, Bears fans, I mean, this whole NFL season's going to be really fun, honestly.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's only week 2, man. And we got 14 to go in the playoffs. So that'll pretty much do it for us, guys. If you did enjoy, smash the like button. Yeah. Also, I would like to say I made a ton of new playlists for all our new videos. So now for like all of our new videos that we post weekly, you can go look at the old ones. You can go look at our old videos in our playlists. I hadn't updated those for a couple months, so it was good to do that. But I'm glad we have an upload schedule, and everything's kind of starting to mesh together. It's exciting. Football is here, guys. We will see you in the next podcast. Thank you for tuning in, and bear down, Chicago. Peace.